Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. A happy Sunday to you all. Hopefully, you're enjoying your weekends, or if you're watching this at any other point in the week, hopefully, having a great day nonetheless. Now, I am pre-recording this. The day of recording this is the 14th. In fact, I'm fresh off of checking out the Goosebumps album. I'm pre-recording this because on the day that this goes out, I will be in mainland China for a conference, I think. I mean, it might be today, it might be tomorrow. I'm not quite sure yet. But I'm pre-recording this because I am gone in China for a research trip. It spans over 2 weekends, that's why I'm doing this ahead of time. And that's also why there's a little bit of admin stuff I need to cover this week before we get properly started into what is probably my most anticipated album listen throughout this entire thing. It's also our last Korean album that we're checking out, mainly because, well, there's already full-length videos on Love Effect and Beautiful Shadow, the two recent on and off errors that we've been able to check out on the channel. So, this is coming out on the 21st, or at least it's scheduled to come out on the 21st. The 28th, next Sunday, I will still be in China, so no on and off there. The following weekend, it'll be the 4th. We're also going to be taking a break from on and off because I have a little special something planned in preparation for Dream Concert 2024, which is happening this year in Japan, which I am going to go see. And I kind of want to have that weekend open to do a kind of Dream Concert prep, so to speak. Listen to some artists that I haven't heard of before and do stuff like that. So we're going to be putting on and off on backseat for the 4th as well. And then Sunday the 11th is day 2 of Dream Concert, which will also mean we're not doing any on and off on that day either. So the next time on and off makes a return on channel, which will be on the 18th of August, should scheduling go correctly, that is when we're going to return with on and off stuff. That leaves the question open for you all, because you're pretty much driving the channel as much as I am contributing to making the content for. We have 3 things we need to cover. There's the special singles, so essentially your WM family stuff that they've done, B1A4, Oh My Girl, the little collab stuff that they've done, intercompany collab stuff that they've done. We have OSTs that we can do. We have their Japanese releases we can do. And then there's the 4th little option called Road to Kingdom. We could watch their Road to Kingdom performances. Of course, we couldn't put them up here because of copyright stuff. That'll be taken off-site. Maybe a little announcement video, and then I'll take you over to the off-site stuff where we have a whole bunch of stuff located. But ultimately, that's going to be up to you, and, y'all have like 3-4 weeks to decide on what you want to do. So I'll figure out how we'll do a polling thing. I might drop like a Google polls in the pinned comment or something, or you could just comment in the comment section. I'll get around to them eventually once I get back from China and stuff like that. So I'll keep up to date on what your feedback is, but on and off is going on a little bit of a break. But ultimately, I think it came at a really good point because, I mean, this is a perfectly good ending point for kind of phase 2 of our deep dive here, as this is the last new album, so to speak. So, again, 4 options: Road to Kingdom, Japanese discography, OSTs, and special singles. Any of those 4 options, the most comments I see out of those 4, I'll choose when we come back on the 18th. So, with that being said, let's get into storage of on and off real quick, because we have 5 new songs to get to, and also an album to crack open. So for the remastered stuff, I'll pop it up in the background while we open this, which I've been very much holding off for, because this has been sitting in my living room in a Tower Records bag for probably close to 2 months now. So, with that being said, let's finally get the album listen started, shall we? Here we go! It's so cool that they recorded enough content to be able to put out an album while they're not even around to promote. Like, the fact that this is a military album, essentially. Like, that's crazy to me. And goes to show, talked about it in City of On and Off when we did the repackage, but 2021 must have been one hell of a year for On and Off because they recorded so much music. My goodness. Any Hoosers, let's get started properly with my very first On and Off song that I ever listened to. The icon, the forever iconic for me, the forever memorable Your Song. Gosh, I love this song with a burning passion. It's such a terrific song. And I'm very excited to jump back on board with this for what's probably like the 3,000th time for me, because I have no idea how many times I've listened to this song, but I like it a lot. Anyways, track number 1, Your Song, lyrics by Hwang Hyun and Wyatt, composition and arrangement both done by Hwang Hyun. And I recognize the whistle part now. Whisper me. I am not sorry for singing along to this a whole bunch, but like, this is my song now. And I actually know who the members are. Hi, you. It's just such a comforting song, you know? Like, I love that this is part of like the encore set of songs they do too, because it just is such a warm and inviting song. Hello, Ishan. We'll never get old. We'll never get old. Oh, that vibrato too. Oh, it just tickles my ears. Come, Mr. Wyatt. And peep the harmony in the background too. I love that a song that, you know, has this kind of brightness to it is just, you feel everything about it. It's sincere, it's inviting, it's happy, it's honest. And it's so gentle. And hello, PJ! The eternal Your Song. It's so good. It's so good. Oh. I remember watching reaction videos to this when this first dropped, and notably Kaya or the Safe Cave. I've mentioned them a few times throughout this kind of adventure into the world of On and Off, but their reaction was like the first one that I came across. And I remember vividly about how, for Kaya, that On and Off are like a comfort group, and your song really does fit the bill so well. Like, up until this point, On and Off have done some terrific music, and I think just purely from a musical standpoint, they are a comfort group for me in that they're always going to bring something interesting to the table. That hasn't changed. Moving into the future, with your song, I mean, we'll eventually get into the B-sides from this era, but we've also got, Love Effect coming after this, and then Beautiful Shadow afterwards with By My Monster. The interestingness of their music has not changed at all. Not one bit. That, for me, will always be like a comforting thing, because I can approach an On and Off release knowing that, one, I'm going to be very much entertained, and two, I'm going to be musically impressed. But your song, just on its own, as a standalone song, also gives off your standard comforting vibes, and it really is just unbelievable. Given the context, too, like, this song released, and no one really was an active On and Off member at this point. I mean, sure, you technically, wasn't doing military service and stuff, but when you lose 5 out of 6 members, the only real option you have is solo activities, and by that point, even if you, only had, like, variety and reality content that he did solo, that still means that On and Off really wasn't around anymore, or at least for that tiny block of time. And yet your song drops, and it's like, yes, we're still here, and we're always going to be with you. And that comfort is just so evident in this song. And that's why, for me, your song will be that memorable title track for me. I know I obsessed over Beautiful Beautiful and how much I loved it, especially with the acapella moment. I know that We Must Love, for like the channel career, will always be an iconic song for me. I think Complete is an absolute banger of a tune. We got a classical sample in By My Monster. Like, Love Effect was my first proper comeback with On and Off. All of those songs are brilliant. Don't get it twisted. But your song for me will always be special. Nice. One day I will learn that song by heart, word for word. That's how much I obsess over that song. Anyways, let's get into the new stuff, shall we? Track number 2, titled Runaway. Lyrics by Hwanghyun, GDLO, and Wyatt. Composition, Moof. New producer, I haven't seen before. Hwanghyun, Kim Haeron of Monotree with Minkyun, and Moof and Hwanghyun on arrangements. Cool pluckiness. It's a different style, but rhythmically it reminds me a little bit of Eyes One. Like Violetta and Fiesta era Eyes One. Now not so much, but that opening verse. Oh, it is a nice plucky EDM banger. Wow, that chorus is really cool. It's got a nice earworminess to it. That rapper Minkyun again? There's a really nice presence to that bass line too. Yeah, Runaway definitely gives me vibes similar to Complete Era. It's got the plucky party synth vibes, and I love it. Oh, it is raining outside, okay. That super open restart for that bridge is nice. Hello, strings? Okay. Wow, get a little elegant with it. Okay. Now it really feels like we're bridging different eras together. Like we got Complete Era with the party synths, but now we're in Y Era now with the strings. And we're back at the Complete Era again. Oh, I kind of wanted to get one more cycle of that party beat to finish, but wow. Wow, that was also almost 3.5 minutes. Wow. Wow. That's a vibe. Runaway's a vibe. Ooh. And I don't know if it's purposely meant to do that, but I love the stylistic callbacks. I think it's terrific what they've done here. And gosh, that string change in that end of the bridge, well, I was not expecting. Because the energy is super good when you get that party synth going. You're really just feeling the vibe. You're feeling it. It gets super pretty. And then all of a sudden, you get that elegance coming in with the strings. And it's like, oh, wait, hold on a second. We're switching it up here. It's really pretty. But it's the pretty where, you get lost in the sauce in that party beat. It's really nice. And when that bridge comes around and you're getting ready for that reset, you're in that almost like lulling sensation where it's super pretty. It's almost like a lullaby. It's calming you down, reset the palette. And then the strings come in and you feel all refined and expensive and it's very elegant. And then all of a sudden, boom, we're back in the party again. It takes you on a roller coaster, but the best kind. Nice. I love the energy behind it too. It's just fun, fun, fun. Right, track number 3, Traveler. Huang Hyun across the board. Easy enough. Track number 3, Ballad. Perhaps? It's in 6/8 too. It's very classy. It's got a cool brightness to it. It's like the distant cousin of Moscow in that it's really elegant, really classy, but you don't get the heaviness of Moscow. It's almost jazzy. That's really cool. Nah, those background vocals are OD. Oh, Wyatt. Oh, Wyatt. Making me cry over here. what this feels like to me? A musical number. Oh, feel the sauce! Oh, yes, that is the sauce I'm talking about. That musical number bit I was talking about, I can so clearly see a scene happening. I'll talk about it in a minute. I just want to enjoy the vocals. Oh, oh my goodness. Is that going to take my on and off ballad title? Oh my god. That's unbelievable. It's so pretty. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. But anyways, ready? Let my creative mind run rampant a little bit. Imagine we're going to set the scene here. You know what? It doesn't even need to be a musical number. Think of a film. Think of a movie type setting. Think the mother from Home Alone 1. Now she's rushing to get back home to get Kevin, who got left alone and is currently wreaking havoc on two burglars. But we don't know that side of the story yet. We see a panicking mother trying to get home. You know, there isn't that last connecting flight back to Chicago, as she ends up hitching a ride with a polka band in the back of a U-Haul or a Penske like rental truck. But instead of the really happy vibes with the music in the background, think mother who is going through a very emotionally hard time, reminiscing about all the good memories that she had with her child. As the scenery goes by, it's the middle of the night, and you see the passing shots of the countryside and the various little villages that you see in the background, just very faintly, and it's a very emotionally heavy time. Traveler for me has that kind of, it's like going through your, reminiscing on your past type of vibe in ballad folk, but it also has this kind of sense of winteriness to it as well, with the very twinkly piano. It's kind of Vince Guaraldi, like jazz piano, who's kind of a staple name in the Christmas scene. And it has that reflection, it has the nostalgia, it has the reminiscent feeling to it, but it also has that emotional connection to a other party or something like that. And I think that's really powerful. And then you get the vocals on top of it. And you know how much of a sucker I am for good vocals, but that is just on another level. And, throughout the whole kind of on and off marathon that we've been doing, I have mentioned, and you all have mentioned on numerous times, that they make sure that no matter how musically interesting and musically fun they get, glitchy and jumpy and energetic in their title tracks, they will always come back and remind you that On and Off are a group of vocalists. There is not a stronger case for me than Traveler for me. Wow. Because it's each individual member gets their own part vocally, right? I think that on its own is really cool. But it's the way that it's not just the individual members getting involved, but all the members at some point, join in on the background harmony, and it makes it one of the prettiest songs I've ever come across. Oh my goodness. I waffled for a long time, but that was really good. And we get to continue. Track number 4. I gotta get my act together or else it's gonna turn into a 3-hour video. Track number 4, titled Gucci. This should be a song I'm familiar with because this was on the set list at Nagoya. Anyways, lyrics by GDLO and Hwang of Mono Tree. Composition Yoon Jong-sung of Mono Tree alongside Albin Nordqvist, with Yoon Jong-sung of Mono Tree on arrangements. So only Hwang Hyun on lyrics. Interesting. Talk about a sound switch falling traveler, right? I'm so Gucci. Hey you, 음악 scene, I'm so Gucci. I'm so Gucci. How should we It's such an interesting chorus for me because first time when I heard this, I thought that chorus was gonna be essentially this "I'm so Gucci" beat repeated over and over, but it's actually got quite a bit of melody going on. Especially with the instrumental section, there's a lot of flowing melodies in that part, and you don't expect it. And even here, that 808 is pitched, like properly pitched, and there's like a sequence. I'm so Gucci. Hey you, 음악 scene, I'm so Gucci. I'm so Gucci. I'm so crazy. Yeah, and that release, it's got a nice heavy EDM hit to it. That's got that kind of on and off anthem vibe to it, but very rhythmic top line. I'm so Gucci. I'm so Gucci. I'm so Gucci. 조명이 꺼져 오직 날 비추는 light 내게 연결되어 infuse 들떠가는 fiesta so count it down start the show 내 작품들을 감상해 Our show is one of one Still there, still there. Again, it's a crowd pleaser, isn't it? It's a crowd involvement song. And I feel like every album needs one of these songs, you know? Look, Gucci is a very intense song. And yet, it's not overwhelmingly intense because it interweaves a lot of melodic elements that keeps it from being too heavy and intense. Like, if you leave just a glitchy sound with the G-U-C-C, I'm so Gucci, that is a heavy and intense, almost hip-hop song. And you're almost thinking, until you get to that first chorus, have they gone K-hip-hop? Have On and Off finally gone K-hip-hop? But then that chorus comes around and you get that nice big synth part. That nice EDM release. It's like, oh, nope, this is just On and Off doing On and Off things. And it's like, it's comforting, but it's also nostalgic, but it's also new and experimental. And I feel like that is kind of the ethos of On and Off, so to speak, is they're gonna have their own on and off sound, but they're gonna get a little creative with it every single time. You know, with the most recent era By My Monster and Beautiful Shadow, they got very classy with it. And of course, this wasn't their first time doing it, but for me, like, you know, Y was a very pretty era, but By My Monster, took that classy direction and went a completely different direction with the title track. And with B-sides as well, we're getting stuff that's familiar, but we're also getting stuff that's very different on every single album. Some stuff you can connect back to previous albums, some stuff is entirely new. For me, Gucci feels very fresh, but it's also, you get traits of classic on and off in there. And that's what I think they do so well. And it is also very fun to join in, isn't it? Once you get the hook, the G-U-C-C, I'm so Gucci, it's just a lot of fun to join in. Right, one final song for this section. Of course, we'll have the remastered versions go in the background when we crack open my copy of Storage On and Off, but this is my song. I don't know what the connection is between your song and my song as of yet. Hopefully we'll find out musically. But lyrics by Hwang Hyun and Wyatt, composition and arrangement by Hwang Hyun. Here we go.
널 보고 싶다고 소리를 내어 말하면 금방 눈앞이 또
It's very gentle.
흐려지는
Almost feels like a piano piece you'd learn in like level 3 piano.
가슴이 뛰는 소리
Hello, cello.
여전히 변함없고 오늘도 깊어진 밤의 한켠에 앉아 보내는 너의 노래 밤새 움튼 나의
Hello, orchestra.
동이 뜨면 변할 거야
That's same melody from your song. Okay, that's cool. Oh, it's from the bridge of your song. Okay.
항상 곁에서 지켜줄게 너의 일상을 내 목소리로 지워줄게 그때 그 설렘 그대로 남아 모든 걸 담아
12-8 all of a sudden? Okay.
수 있게 힘든 날 보냈을 때 꿈에 찾아갈게 꿈에서도 함께할게 오르막길에서
Okay, this rhythm modulation is super cool. It's like each person gets their own major rhythm. That's cool. Hello, harmonies. That's cool. So the main hook to my song is the bridge in your song. That's really cool. I love the strings too. The strings are spectacular. Alright, orchestra, do your thing. Take the melody away. It's a full orchestra. It's not just strings. We got brass too. Low brass. Wow, that's very pretty. Oh, that's super pretty. It's really well done. It's really well done. I love the connection to your song. And I feel the fact that the MV had the connection to Whistle from the Goosebumps album as well, but wow, that's just a really well-written song, and it's probably the closest thing we'll get to the equivalent of what SM Classics does with popular SM titles. Like, SM Classics will oftentimes do orchestral covers of popular SM songs. So they've done stuff like, sometimes in partnership with Seoul Philharmonic Orchestra, but like Red Velvet Seal My Rhythm, which had the big Aaron G sample, Song Yoshide's Dashimanan Sege, or Girls' Generations Into the New World, NCT Dream's Hello Future, NCT 2023's Golden Age. Like, what SM does with their classical music is super cool. But I did not expect On and Off to drop a classical song out of nowhere like that. And of course, we've had songs like Why and Moscow, Moscow and Buy My Monster later down the road that really lean into that classical side of things. But your song and, essentially the counter my song it's like not an alter ego in a way, but it is like the second coming of for me. It's got the prettiness of your song, definitely for sure. But you can tell it's almost been written with that classical instrumentation in mind. Just the way the song evolves in terms of the volume and in terms of like the major rhythms and stuff like that. It doesn't feel like it was ever treated to be a standard pop song, but it feels like a choir and orchestra song to me. And I think that is just so clever. Just the little details that go into the song really make it work for me. And also, being a violin player of 11 odd years or so, I played until second year of undergrad, from fourth grade onwards. I've played in multiple full orchestra settings. It's some of my best musical memories is playing in a full orchestra with a choir. I get that exact same sensation listening to my song. It's odd. And the fact that, in K-pop, classical musical instruments get used in K-pop a lot of times. Ballads will oftentimes get your strings, and your high-energy party songs will oftentimes get your brass. Very rarely do we get both in the same setting. Pair it with a really nice percussion section and a nice acoustic piano. It just is a classically written song. And yet it still feels poppy. And it's got the emotionalness of your song to me. It's got the prettiness of On and Off ballads that they've done in the past. It's got the elegance from the classical orchestra. And it's honestly a terrific song. One of my favorite On and Off B-sides that they've ever done. Wow. That's spectacular. And now we're going to go off and listen to the remastered stuff while I go open an album. So let me get that set up very quickly because I have to move some cameras around. So see you in 2 seconds. Right, so let's get it started. Hopefully this works. I've got a copy of Storage of On and Off, Tower Records. 6,000 yen feels like a little bit of money, but if you're paying in USD and the yen is super weak, it's not that bad, surprisingly enough. But this was like the only copy in my near vicinity, which was super neat. I just happened to stumble across it. The whole context behind me getting this album was I had an optician's appointment, and they were refitting glasses for me because my prescription for some reason didn't work. And so they told me, come back in 2 hours and we'll have your glasses ready for you. I found out there was a Tower Records nearby, so I went in, looked on the shelves, and they had an On and Off album. This was the only one they had, and I was like, oh, yes, please. I hadn't intended on buying anything that day, but you know what? Sometimes impulse purchases happen, and you kind of just have to let it happen. I have no idea what's supposed to be inside this album, but we're just gonna send it. Nice little paper clip, which actually may come in handy when I go off on the China trip. Move the box over there because we don't need it right now. Little keychain, little key tag looking thing. I could actually use that. Anyways, this is such a cool package for an album because I'm used to, I don't buy a whole bunch of albums, but the ones I do have are predominantly Dreamcatcher. I have a couple of MB albums as well, but Dreamcatcher have like the big, book style albums and stuff. Having a soft cover album like this is super neat. It's in like binder form. Alright, let's see. CD in the cover. Oh wow. Also, this is like proper. Oh, that's cool. So it's not just a standard photo book, which also has a really interesting paper texture to it, but it's like a little notepad that you can use. That's neat. I'll have to Google Translate what these say up top, but I kind of want to get to Main contents. Where are the main contents? There's the main contents. Is that it? Oh! It even comes with a photo card binder too? This is actually very convenient because I don't have one here in Japan yet, but wow. Wait, what else is in here? Lyrics? Lyric sheet. Maybe I could use this to finally learn how to sing your song later down the road. So it's 2 photo books. It's 2 photo books with like a diary in the middle. That's so, again, it's such a unique album. But also, how can a man that is so wedge and just like wham and built be so cute? Like, I noticed during the Nagoya show as well, but White is freaking adorable on stage. But then you see his build, and he's literally built like a wedge. I don't understand. How do you do that? But let's get to the contents of the like inside bits. Oh, shoot. Lights on, lights off. Cool little tag. I feel like the numbers have... I'm trying to think. Oh gosh, why am I struggling now? 01016. I was gonna say, like, these aren't just birthdays and stuff. Why am I struggling to figure out what the context of these numbers are? But cool door tag. Not mad at that. We'll get to the photo cards last. A little ticket, first class. Multi-uni bass. No, multi-uni bus. I'm gonna have to look into what this does. Because, I mean, it looks like that seat number's actually printed individually, which means it probably has some kind of connection to it. That's cool. Multi-uni bus boarding pass. Oh, once again. Yeah, different number on this one as well. Cool. 2 little tickets. Got a Sungjung ticket. I guess back then he was still called JS, wasn't he? A little sticker pack. Who's the artist in the group? Because I reckon these probably were drawn by members, right? Yeah, who's the artist in the group? And then, of course, we get photo card. Every K-pop album collector's like most important part. Now they're a little bit stuck together, which is slightly unfortunate, but oh, like they're really stuck together. Hold on a second. Laminated photo cards and stuff, you know, makes it a little bit difficult, but card number 1. Shoot. I have too much stuff on the table, don't I? Focus. Focus! God damn it. I'm trying my best, guys. I'm trying my best. Any day now. Any day now. Ah, screw it. It's a white photo card. We'll put that off to the side. Very far away. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, what? Are these from different eras? Oh, wait, that's really cool. I didn't even notice that. Hold on. So this is an on-off era. Oh, come on. I just had the focus working. On-off era Wyatt. That's really cool. Complete era. That's really neat. I thought we were just going to get photo cards from this one era, but no, it's across multiple eras. Wait, hold on a second. So, the boy came from Complete Me era. Very cool. Corner Bakery, man. Those of you who live in America, when was the last time you saw a corner bakery? Because I feel like it's been decades since I've seen one. Alright, next up. Mr. Sungjun from, oh, lots of complete made era photo cards. And do believe that is a Mr. Ishan from Storage of On and Off. Alright, we got an era correct photo card. Alright. I'll be honest, I'm not like a big photo card collector, so this is just like an extra bonus. I don't actively go out and search for like specific photo cards and stuff, but one more Ishan photo card from Storage of On and Off. Oh, I like the back of that one with the SD card. Nice. I think that's everything, right? Yeah, we have some other albums that we can unbox, but I'll leave On and Off for just On and Off stuff. And well, just for the sake of it, let's pull out the key tag. I wonder if it has like a protective film on it or something? I'm assuming it does. But this is like just the right size to be able to be like actually usable in a lot of applications, because my key tag right now for my house keys is well, it's a, I won't show the front because it kind of doxes me, but it's like a hotel key tag, which is, I like it, but it is a little bit big, so we may actually replace it for this later down the road if I'm feeling up for it. But honestly, this is a very cool and unique album, and I really love it. Cool, and this CD will actually get some playtime out of, because whenever I go home, the internet isn't very good, because this is like rural Japan we're talking about here, and the car that I end up driving doesn't have an aux cord or Bluetooth on it, so this will get some very much deserved playtime out of. As we let the remastered version of We Must Love play in the background, that is going to be it from me with the storage of On and Off. Honestly, an absolutely unbelievable way to finish our Korean album listens here on our deep dive. Once again, On and Off Sundays is going to take a few weeks off for scheduling reasons. If you skipped ahead earlier, this will be coming out on the 21st. The 28th, I will be in China for a research trip. The 4th, I am allocating for a special concert prep for the following weekend. The 11th, I will be gone for a concert, which means On and Off Sunday, will return on the 18th. Now, I leave the decision up to you, the people. What do we do next? Road to Kingdom, OSTs, special singles, or the Japanese discography? We will get to all of them eventually, but just let me know which of these four we should move on to when we come back in the middle of August. But until then, thank you all for listening along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. Hopefully you're still enjoying as much as I am. One last request from me today: let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be, checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see y'all in a few weeks. Until then, take care. Bye-bye!